Endowed with numerous rivers, diverse soil types, and diverse agroclimatic conditions, Meghalaya is predominantly an agrarian economy with about 80% of its total population depending on farm activities for their livelihood. However, farm activities are small-scale without much credit flow to the farmers, giving rise to a high incidence of rural poverty. According to the NITI Aayog National Multidimensional Poverty Index 2021, Meghalaya is the fifth poorest state in the country, with 32.6% of the population below the poverty line. To work towards the elimination of rural poverty in the state, an autonomous society in the name of Meghalaya State Rural Livelihood Society was created in 2012 under the Community and Rural Development Department to implement the National Rural Livelihood Mission. MSRLS rests on three major pillars: universal social mobilization, financial inclusion, and livelihoods enhancement. To develop these three pillars, MSRLS works towards the mobilization of poor women from every household into community institutions like self-help groups, facilitates their access to bank credit, and provides support for livelihood enhancement. To ensure universal coverage of financial inclusion among the SHGs, MSRLS has implemented a number of initiatives so as to provide basic banking services to SHG members and ensure their enrollment under the social security schemes.
We promote self-help group, women self-help group, whereby one woman from each household should become a member of a self-help group in Meghalaya. When we mobilize self-help group, and one of the aspect is to also focus on financial inclusion. So the basic aspect of financial inclusion is for each and every member of a self-help group, they should have a saving bank account. As we are well aware that in Meghalaya, the banking penetration is very low, whereby the ratio of customers to bank is more than 20,000 per branch. It is because of this reason that we decided to initiate the Business Correspondent project. The BC project is an initiative which was started between MSRLS and Meghalaya Rural Bank on June 2020, whereby SSG members were identified as business correspondent of Meghalaya Rural Bank, and they were helping banks to take banking services to the last mile. So this was a small initiative between MSRLS and Meghalaya Rural Bank, where we identify self-help group members to become business correspondents of Meghalaya Rural Bank. And based on the services that are provided by these banking correspondents, Meghalaya Rural Bank provides them a commission. So we have about 85 business correspondents in the year 2020, and these business correspondents are mobile bank, moving in different localities, in different villages, and providing banking services at the doorstep.
As part of this project, 85 bank Sakhi positioned with MRB branches are now engaged as business correspondent agent and are rendering basic banking services to the rural communities.
Yes, here in Lingkot we have one BC employed by the Mission Livelihood. She catered to the needs of the whole of Ilaka, Lingkot Ilaka, which has around 14 villages. Now, her presence here, since she is the BC, has benefited the rural poor. She opens the account, she spread awareness, especially on RuPay cards. She forms the SHG, then she conducts the FLC. She sources the government insurance, the PMJJBY, the PMSBY. And one of the main benefit for us bankers is she helped in the recovery of the loans. The project of the livelihood mission has really helped the rural poor and banking as a whole, because before, when there are no BCs to cater to the village, the villagers have the problem of coming to the banks, standing in the queues. In urban areas, people go themselves to the bank, they have the time, whereas in rural areas, The villagers are engrossed in their farmings and their daily work, okay? But then since the introduction of MRLS for these BCs means villagers don't have to come to the bank. The business is at their doorstep.
Ngala join ke BBC hakakat santari ku benai bandreu arajar alpeu nanta ki kam ngale kidai ngayarap ke SSG hak batan play account ki SSG bat ki bomdai ke SSG ki individual nanta nga penyarap ban generate ikilon syaki senang jongki ngayarap ban pen sai pen tab ki pisa apen enroll ki insurance.
We got a major boost in October 2020 when the Honorable Chief Minister launched the BC project, and with the support of NABARD we were able to distribute 100 micro ATM to business correspondent in Meghalaya.
The micro ATM is a handheld device being operated by the business correspondent agents in the rural areas to enable access to banking services.
The introduction of this micro ATM has brought banking to the doorstep of the villages. The village, they really appreciate the introduction of the micro ATM because it has saved them time, it has saved them money, they don't have to come to the bank, and the most important benefit is that in times of need, in emergency like sickness or anything, they just give a call to the BC and the BC just run to their place and they can withdraw the money from there.
Tiha kapor meswa por badang padon kanika micro ATM ihaban lai sama jerong ting ngadon ro sara kalong semsing kanya kita ki por meswa namar kalong cengai kacaka te nado dang step ihaban mi bat andala mi ro ihaban wan pai tang na banta ban sai pisal na ban thap pisal na kita jing don kam hapa bang te lang ba ka jing wan jong i jong kanika micro ATM mo lang ba ka jing don jong ikong job bisi kat no kalong kabayarap nakabanta jong akam tam hakan ka por ban kumjur nakabanta ki breu jong kan ka than jong kan ka snong jongi ilala ban sei ru nakani ka micro ATM lengba jong ikong job ban ila ru ban pet pisa lengba jong kan ka micro ATM ban ila ru ban tap lengba ka jing dan jong ikong job ila ban chupon ya i hakan no ka por lam step na minute tamen siwa bang pat ya kan ka micro ATM ngin hap lai sedok si mok dong ngin hap lai sedok sorang ngin hap lai sedok si selong nak benta bersai pisang ngin lut ki bai kali ngin lut ki bai sni ngin lut ki pol rai da kecingwan jang kanai ka micro ATM mentang ngilak kam suk dan kamban lut ka por ka bai kali ka bai bam bai dit dan kamban lut ngilaya sibun ki ai ki cimental.
So after 1 year under the leadership of the Honorable Chief Minister, the Finance Department has come forward to support the BC project, wherein an MOU has been signed between Finance Department and Meghalaya Rural Bank to provide protective incentive for business correspondent up to the tune of rupees 5,000 per business correspondent. So we hope that with this initiative, we will be able to take banking services to the last mile.
Since the inception of the BC project in August 2020, the business correspondent agents have delivered banking services to the rural population of Meghalaya and have achieved, till November 2021, 818.48 lakhs deposited in the accounts opened, 244.65 lakhs NPA recovery, 284.88 lakhs KCC renewal, 1,013.2 lakhs cash transactions. Till date, the BC project in the first phase has covered 814 villages and is projected to cover an additional 988 villages in the second phase.
We really like to thank the Honorable Chief Minister, and we hope this partnership between Finance Department, CNRD Department and Meghalaya Rural Bank will go a long way in taking banking services to the last mile.